Bozos. Welcome to my channel, Earth Angel Tarot. In today's reading, I will be doing an Isis Unveiled pick a card reading where I connect with the energy of the beautiful goddess Isis, where we look at messages from your ancestors. Okay, so these are the three cards that wanted to come out. So go ahead, take a look at them. I'll put the image up again for you to look it over for a couple of more seconds to see which image calls out to you the most. And that image will be the pile that will have messages in it for you in regards to messages that your ancestors want to get across to you at this time. Okay, so happy picking. Hi to you who chose pile number one. So this is the image for your pal. Okay, and the message is Spirit of Isis. Beloved initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. Persist with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. Let her inspire you. Believe. Okay, and that's really beautiful. Because this is, with this being an ancestor message and the actual spirit of Isis card coming up for you guys, this could be that some of you work with her, or that she may be in a way reaching out to get some of you guys' attention to work with her if you don't already. So that's really beautiful. All right, so let's see. So I already pre-pulled some oracle messages for this pal. So let's see what messages that your ancestors have for you. All right, so we have consider options, and it says you've narrowed your focus to one desired outcome, and you might be missing a bigger opportunity. Open up and let the universe send you the highest possible result. Okay. And then you have self love, and it says, you are worthy and deserving of all the abundance in the universe. Treat yourself with the love and respect you desire, and others will follow suit. All right. So we have consider options and self love coming out for you guys. Um, I do feel like your attention is trying to be um, received at this time. This could be, with this being an ancestor reading, this definitely can be your ancestors, your spirit guides as well, and even your angels who are trying to get your attention in some area in your life. So if there are choices that are to be made, and as the consider your options card states, you're thinking more in a narrow way of thinking at this time and not considering options, you're being called to by the ancestors to do that, to look at your other options. And I'm also picking up like, and to not give up, to not feel defeated. Okay. With the self love card coming up, I feel like this is really saying to love yourself first, especially when considering options. Okay. But it doesn't have to be a narrow path. It doesn't have to be a tunnel vision view to what the opportunities are. All right. So I'm getting love yourself first and the answers will follow. All right. It's what I'm picking up. But whatever it is, to not surrender. Okay. So when choice A doesn't seem plausible, remember that there's always a B, there's always a C. Okay. Because even though some of you may want choice A more so badly than others, choice A might not, in the long run, even though it seemed like now may be a good solution for you or a good option for you. I'm getting, in the long run, it won't be. All right. It'll be temporary, is what I'm getting. So you definitely want to make sure, for those of you out there who are faced with having to make a choice in regards to something, you definitely want to consider the options and not go for the first thing coming, is what I'm getting. Okay. And when you allow that self love and you allow yourself to see that you are deserving, the other options will make more sense. So some of you may be holding yourself back because you feel like you're not ready for option B or option C, or it may seem too overwhelming for you, or some feels like something that will be too overwhelming for you. But the moment you recognize your worth and your capabilities and abilities, then the other options will make more sense for you. Okay. Let's see what else we have. So we have see the humor. All right. And we have these two cute little doggies there. All right. And it says levity, perspective, wisdom, and playful. So I'm getting to not take whatever this is too seriously, guys, because that's going to interfere with not only the choice making, but also in your ability to see the gem within yourself, right? So if you're taking things too seriously, and not allowing a space for that playfulness to come through, or your spirit guides to communicate with you. And I'm picking up on the feather here in this picture. And you know, feathers are significant of your spirit team, whether that's your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, trying to get your attention. Like I stated earlier, I feel like a lot of your attention is being sought right now from your spirit guides, right? They're trying to assist you with whatever um, dilemma or challenge you may be facing. Okay. And the feather in this card stood out to me, simply because I feel like that is going to be a sign, okay, for some of you. So if you're seeing feathers, you have seen them recently, or you're going to see them in the near future, that take that as a sign that your spirit team is wanting you to know that they are there. Okay, your ancestors want you to know that they are there, they are watching, and they are there to assist. Okay, and also I'm getting take this reading as a sign that your ancestors are there watching. Okay, because you have the dog here with the tarot cards, right? So take that as a sign, this reading as a sign that for whoever's watching this, your spirit team is communicating to you through these messages, okay? So this reading along, plus for any of you who have been seeing feathers recently, or you may see them now in the near future, because your spirit team or your ancestors are going to want to confirm that yes, they are there. Okay, so see the humor in this. All right, so don't take things too seriously, whatever you're going through right now. And sometimes I know that's easier said than done, but they do want you to, when you lighten the feelings, you lighten the load, is what I'm getting. Okay, when you find the humor in things, things that you know may not have made sense, you see it from a different angle. Okay, so that's what they want you to know. Okay, and we have wisdom. All right, and the wisdom also came up in the see the humor card. All right, so I feel like this is saying that the answers are within you, especially with the self love. All right, the answers are within. You've already came equipped this lifetime with some hidden gems. Okay, with some wisdom within. All right, and that's why essentially, when it comes down to choices that has to be made, it only becomes more so difficult when you're blocked, right? When your feelings are blocked, when your frame of thought is blocked. So they're letting you know that you have the answers. Okay, you are the key to whatever it is that you're put up against right now. So they want you to really go within and recognize the potential that you have in figuring this out. That's what I'm getting. So something has to be figured out for some of you. And they want you to know that you come with decades of wisdom. Decades of wisdom lives within you, that will allow for you to essentially flow, right? It's essentially flow, and to allow you to just hurt like a bird chirp like literally out of nowhere in the background. So I guess that was confirmation. To allow yourself to dive. And I'm looking at this picture, and it's like a silhouette of a mermaid, and it's almost as like she's took a plunge, right? If you can see it, she's diving deep, right, into the ocean. So they want you to plunge deep into your inner wisdom, okay, because it's within. All right. So that you can feel your true potential. All right, so that you can look at things from a different perspective, so you don't have to have that narrow focus, or that tunnel vision view of the opportunities around you. Okay. All right. And let's see what else we have. So you actually had two that come out of this pile, and you have the things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. And it says the awake dead, resilience, nirvana, self appreciation. Yeah, so this is another card, similar to the self love, self appreciation. So you were meant to, whatever challenges you face. All right, your ancestors want you to know that you were meant to thrive from them. They were meant to wake you up. Okay. And those sometimes can be difficult challenges when that, they don't make sense when they're happening, and sometimes even after, because we feel the frustration from them, or the hurt or the agony or whatever they may have caused. But on a spiritual level, it's deeper than that. Okay. The spiritual level, it is meant to give you more insight, okay, on a spiritual ascension path, okay. And even though most of the times, let's say all of the times, when we come down here, we have these soul contracts that are erased from memory once we get here, okay. So things are put in our path to help us to remember them. All right. So this is you coming to a point now of being able to remember. All right. And I feel like with this, it has a lot to do with self love and self worth, self appreciation. Okay. So if someone made you feel that one path was the necessary or required path, you're being told that there are other options. So you don't have to go off of someone else's way of being or living, and that you can extend that beyond to yourself. Okay. The self love, the self appreciation, recognizing your worth, recognizing the wisdom that you hold. All right. And then we also have, oh, look at this. There's another awakening card. We have Dark Nights of the Soul, and it says Transformation Awakening Tower. All right. So yeah, definitely with the tower being there, you guys may have had some tower moments. All right, some tower moments that kind of shook you up a little bit, and maybe for some of you, you maybe even had to start over in some area of your life. But that's part of the awakened dead, right? Um, this card says awakening also. That's part of the awakened dead, because you were meant to transform from that. All right. So take this reading as a sign that, and let it give you the inner strength so that you can really go within. And I'm really being guided to tell you that you all are really meant to work with your spirit team at this point in your life. All right. So pay attention to those signs, the synchronicities, the symbols, anything that comes up, especially like I said, with the in this card, the tarot cards being there. So even not just my reading, but if you're getting other readings and there's messages coming through, that's your spirit team directly reaching out to you. If you're going to see feathers in the near future, maybe even after this reading, or maybe even during this reading, that is going to be your spirit team reaching out to you. And then look at this, we have two books in this image. Okay, she's reading a book, and then there's this book that's like hovering over at the top here. Books equal knowledge, knowledge equal wisdom. All right. So, and look how she's opening her heart space here, right? And there's even a little image on her third eye area. So, you guys, I feel like this is the time for you to awaken. All right. So, you may have been noticing things going on in your life that were out of place, or they're, if they weren't always out of place, they're starting to now become out of place. And that's because a spirit is clearing your path for you. Spirit is opening up the doors for you. This may be your time for the awakening. All right. This may be a pivotal point for you, for you to start to remember on a soul level why you came here. All right. So they really want you, the consider your options card is really, important. I'm getting in this reading because you want to know, you need to know that there's more paths than the one you may be on. Okay, even if it doesn't make sense to you at this time. All right, so now let's pull some tarot cards and see what other messages your ancestors have for you. Okay, and what other messages do you have for pile number one? What other messages? Okay, so that one literally flew. Give me one moment. Okay, and this literally flew out of the deck onto the floor. So you guys have the Ace of Cups, all right? And look at these butterflies of blessings coming from above. All right, butterflies, another signifier of transformation. All right, and with it coming, with them coming from the above, and she's opening up to receive. This is your ancestors, okay? Your spirit team overall. This is them wanting to bestow blessings upon blessings upon blessings upon you, and for the sake of transformation, right? And I'm not saying blessings from a material aspect. I get more so blessings in that you guys are at a pivotal point of awakening in your life. And part of that is you coming to terms with who you are, okay, on a spiritual level, learning to love and appreciate yourself, learning to make sense of situations that has happened, learning to open up to the divine, okay, so that you can see what true prosperity feels like. All right. And the see the human card is, standing out to me again, and I do feel like this is them wanting you to enjoy life. Okay, so some of you may have recently just, been so serious or maybe even stressed. Your ancestors want you to enjoy life. Okay, they're saying that the hardest part for you has come and gone. So that part is over. All right, you have faced your dark night of the soul. You are transforming with these butterflies coming in, right? And they're coming in their blessings. All right, you're at the point of your blessings, okay? And that blessing, or one of those blessings, is you coming to the awakening point of knowing who you are on the soul level. So some of you may have really old souls, powerful souls, come here to do a big mission, and you're about to be awarded with knowing what that is, okay? Oh my gosh, look at this. We have the sun. All right. It doesn't get any better than that, pile number one. You have the Ace of Cups coming out with this abundance flowing in. And, the cups are all about emotion. So this is fulfillment, like I say, not on a material level. This is fulfillment on the heart, because the heart is part of the essence of the soul. And whatever this is going to make the heart happy, which essentially makes the soul happy, right? And then you have the sun here, and the sun is, as if you watch tarot, if you do tarot, it's the happiest card in the deck, right? So some of you, and then I'm getting you the dark night of the soul, right? You're coming from out of the dark into the sun. All right. And but your spirit team wants you to plunge deeper, okay, really go within. All right, and part of it is going to be the self-love. All right, recognizing who you are. And I'm going to pull this up because you can see in this image here with the self-love, there is, this river flowing in the background, and this young lady, she kind of looks, you know, disheveled a little bit, but then there's this beautiful rose that's growing from within. All right. So you guys need to get to this point that regardless of what may have disheveled you, or what may have, caused ruckus or chaos in your life at some point, it was all meant for you to grow from it, okay? To grow from within, especially with that beautiful rose coming up there. It was meant for you to grow from within, all right? And I feel like that's important, growing from within. So we're not looking, like I mentioned earlier, we're not looking from a material aspect of growing, right? We're not looking at financial gain or abundance on that type of level. We're looking at what's happening or what's going to happen to help the soul grow. All right, because that's where your true abundance is going to come from. That's where your true happiness is going to come from. All right. I'm getting your ancestors are saying that they're like really proud of you. All right. Because for some of you, I do feel like it may have been tough. All right. Especially with this dark night of the soul and the awakened dead coming here, right? For some of you, it may have been tough, but they're saying that especially the books are sending out now, there were lessons behind them. All right. Had those things not happened, um, life wouldn't have unfolded in the way that it needed to in order for you to awaken, right? And then with that, that just leaves you prone to stay asleep, okay? And if you're asleep and not awakening to the soul's purpose, then you're not fulfilling the soul's mission. All right, so just um, take that as those things were meant for you, okay, in order to better you, okay? See the humor now in things and not allow yourself to be overly serious, overly stressed, um, and not recognizing your truest potential. All right, so let's see what else the ancestors have for you in regards to um, what they want you to know. All right. And with that Spirit of Isis card too, it says beloved initiate. So some of you may be at the point of crossing over into the spiritual awakening already. All right. So this reading could be confirmation for you. If you are someone who's ever considered to work with the goddess Isis, if she has called out to you before and maybe you missed the calling, or maybe you ignored the calling. But this is confirmation that you are meant to work with her. Okay. For some of you who were already curious about it, or who were maybe trying to dive a little bit deeper into knowing more about her, that's only for those who have that calling. All right. It's not going to be for everyone, but for those of you who have had that calling, this is confirmation for you. All right, look at that. We have the Knight of Cups, things moving in smoothly, right? And she's playing this little heart instrument. So, another card that represents matters of the heart, guys. You guys are meant to heal, okay? You guys are in the healing process. That's what I'm picking up. All right, you're in the healing process, and things only go up from here. You're in a healing process, and things are only going to go up from here when you allow yourself to heal. All right. And this card is significant, almost, of a lotus flower. All right. And the lotus flower is also another symbol of the goddess Isis. So this could be feel like another way of her coming through in this reading for some of you. All right. But you are meant to work on matters of the heart. Okay. I'm getting like the worst part is over, because it has given you that push that you needed in order to now continue further on your path. All right. And look at this. We have the Hierophant. All right. And the Hierophant, too, is a card of knowledge, a card of wisdom. And with the owl reading the book, right, to the little girl as she sits in the tree, this is you, I feel like, diving deeper, especially with the moon in the background, diving deeper into the unknown. And so this is what maybe This is the third card that's signifying wisdom for you guys. So there's so much wisdom to be had for you guys. And I do feel like a lot of you have that wisdom within. All right. With the once the heart space is cleared, all right, look at this how we have that rose growing from her heart space. Once the heart space is cleared, you guys are going to be able to be in a more light vibrational space, okay? That's going to open up more opportunities for you. All right, consider other options. And what I'm getting now from that too is that you have to think for a long time. A lot of us are we just we follow the beat to the drum of what society tells us what, when, where, how we should live, what's right, what's wrong. But a lot of times we don't follow the beat to our own drum. All right. And this is you realizing that it's time to move to the beat of your own drum. All right. Because there's going to be so much knowledge to gain from it, so much wisdom to gain from it. Dive deeper is what I'm getting. Dive deeper there. If some of you have already started some type of spiritual practice or just trying to learn a little bit more on the spiritual side of things, you're only at the tip of the iceberg is what I'm getting. Once you really dive in is when you're really going to see the truth. All right, is what I'm getting. But you guys, I'm getting, you've weathered the storm. Your ancestors want you to know that you've weathered the storm, and because of that, you're going to be blessed. All right, and you're going to be blessed in a way to where you're going to be able to stand in your own power. All right, you're going to be able to stand in your own power, and from there, let the manifestations begin. Is what I'm getting. All right. And let's see, we have one last ancestor message for you, and this is love and fear. All right, and it says, in your schoolroom, which is earth, love and fear are compulsory subjects. We sing you both subjects, but we will always fear you to choose love, say the ancestors. And I love this, right? I love it because this is just showing you that the things that you're subjected to in this lifetime, they're there for a reason. It literally says we sing you both subjects. We sing you the subjects of love, and we sing you the subjects of fear, right? So meaning that they're there intentionally, they're there on purpose, they're there to learn from. Okay, so you learn from them, but then you keep going. All right, and this is another card of a student and a teacher. All right, you have a student and a teacher. You have cards of wisdom. So you guys are definitely you are in this time of your life now where you're awakening to the value of your life. Okay, because like they say, even though they're going to send both subjects your way, but they're always going to steer you towards love. And so that's what's happening. You guys are being shown how to love, how to accept self, how to recognize things that happen for um, reasons, or why they tended to happen for whatever reason. All right, so don't don't doubt yourself and your ability to, if you at some point blocked out love, maybe because of situation circumstances, don't doubt yourself in the ability for you to open that door up again. All right, live a more playful life, live a more happy life. See the humor in those things that may have like pissed you off back then, but now you look back at it and you can laugh at it, right? Because you get to see what the value in it actually was. Okay. All right, pal number one, that is what I have for you. So until next time, take care, my beautiful souls, and bye bye. Hi to those of you who chose pal number two. So this is the image that you chose. All right, and then it says Miracle of Isis. Isis offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing. Let go and let the goddess be. All right. So I feel like what this card is saying is that some of you have attachments. All right. Attachments that you are struggling or having a hard time breaking free from. All right. So attachments that are not good for you. All right. Um, so let's see what else we have with the messages from your ancestors. Okay. So we have depleted, and it says you are overgiving and not taking enough time to rest and rejuvenate. Reevaluate your relationships and commitments, or you may soon risk your health deteriorating in some way. Yes. So, some of you guys are definitely um, in some situations, all right? Um, or, like I said, mentioned earlier, you have some type of attachments that are not healthy for you. And what they're doing, your ancestors want you to know, is they're depleting energy from you. All right. So, whoever is watching this reading for pile number two, you will know what those attachments are. You will know who or what is draining your energy. All right. And so, what your ancestors are wanting you to be aware of at this time, well, what they're wanting to do is to bring it to the forefront of your attention. And it's not to say that you're not aware of, because I feel like most of you probably will be. But they want you to know that it's bigger of an issue than what you think. All right, because it's depleting and draining you not only from an energetic level, but on the soul level. All right, so this is too, especially with the Miracle of Isis card coming up. And for those of you who work with Isis, amazing, awesome, because then she's telling you specifically, okay, to allow her to work through and with you. All right. And then just for others, this is too saying that let your ancestors work with you, let your spirit guides work with you, let your angels work with you, okay, to clear up these attachments that's depleting your energy. All right. And you have following your passion. And it says, if there's something that excites and motivates you, it's a message from your Akashic record that it can lead to your abundance. Don't silence it. Okay. So some of you may have something that excites you, but you're just really struggling on the energetic level right now that you don't even have the energy to pursue it, right? And it could be because these attachments are like energy vampires, right? So whether those attachments are like the card mentioned, whether they're addictions, okay, whether that's you living or holding on to a past hurt wound, whether it's relationships. Okay, any of those things can be energy draining, um, vampires, right? And so you're being called by your ancestors. Your ancestors knows that there's something inside of you that you want to pursue, that you have a passion. All right. And they're coming to this reading to let you know that in order to you for you to fully pursue that passion, in order to gain one thing, you have to let go of another. All right. And this is what they want you to know. If it's something that excites you and motivates you, it's because it's on a soul level. And a lot of things that we're passionate about, it's because it's things that we've done maybe over and over throughout lifetimes, right? So that sticks with us in our soul imprint and in our soul DNA, right? So when we come into another lifetime, those tendencies and those passions are still there because your soul is saying, hey, I want to continue to do this, right? I want to continue to do this. So anytime you're passionate about something, it's because it's on a soul level. It's one thing to like something, because usually you can like something and then be over it in what, days, weeks, months, okay? And it was like, okay, it was fine while it lasted. When you're passionate about something, that's on a deeper level, right? It's something that fuels the mind, the body, and the soul. So if you're having that, and believe me, energy vampires, they come here so that we can't explore, right? And sometimes consciously, sometimes subconsciously, but they're there so that we can explore, further explore those things that we're passionate about. So they're there to deplete your energy to make you even forget about it. All right. Let the miracle of your ancestors, your spirit team, the beautiful beloved goddess Isis, let the miracles come through for you, right? In times where you feel like their energy is too much for you to escape. A job, you feel stuck. A relationship, you feel stuck. Whatever addiction, you feel stuck. Call on your ancestors, okay? Call on your spirit team and ask them to help you. All right. A lot of people don't think it's as simple as that, and it is. This reading alone is a signifier of your ancestors, whoever's watching this, trying to get your attention, all right, in some way. So reach out to them the same way they want to reach out to you when you're feeling stuck and when you're feeling stagnant. All right, and we have Uriel Red, okay, and it's number 11. And look at that. Like, look how this beautiful angel is in the background healing the heart of this human, right? And the card says emotions, healing, devotion, integrated. Yes, integration. All right. Integrate your spirit team into your daily waking existence, is what I'm getting, right? There's so much to be healed for some of you. And look how, like, look at the joy in this angel's face to be able to do this. This is your angels saying how much joy they would have if you let them come in and help you. All right. I'm really getting that strongly. They really want to help you. All right. So for those of you who are, in those situations where you really feel stuck right now, and look how grateful, like, the face of this person is. She feels so grateful because it's like she's almost saying, like, yes, my heart can finally heal. Right. So just allow your spirit team, specifically ancestors, because this is an ancestor reading, allow them to come through and help to heal with I'm getting stagnant emotions. So some of you may have some type of buildup, okay, some type of buildup. So some of the addictions or attachments that you may be facing may not be, right here, right now in linear time. These may be emotions that you're holding on to. I'm getting for some of you. Some of you are holding on to stagnant, stale emotions. All right. And a lot of times when we go through the hurts in the past, we think, at some point we get over them. We only get over them when we address them and when we acknowledge them. If we just bury them, then they're still there. And they can, with the right shift and the right turn, they can resurface again at any moment. All right. So then this is why it's going to be important for you all to let go of these attachments. Okay. Even if these attachments are not in a physical sense, like I said, let go of these attachments that's going to keep or trying to keep your energy at a lower vibration. Okay. That's depleting you from reaching a higher vibration. Okay. And you guys have pleasure. All right. And I'm getting with that. Let yourself enjoy life, especially when you have pleasure here and passion. Let yourself enjoy life. And what I'm getting from this image too, as you can see, there's this little path stairway that's leading to an arch opening, right? This is this reminds me of like a soul, like you following the path back to your soul's desires, right? And look how the stairs, they seem rugged or whatnot, but there's this beautiful plushness behind this arch. And this is, I feel like, you going through all the twists, turns, and roughness just to lead back to the soul's pleasure. All right. So you guys, I feel like, really need to let go of whatever energy vampires are there that's blocking your path. Okay. And look how you have the deer, is that a deer maybe, waiting at the entry for you, an ancestor, right? An ancestor, a spirit guide, an angel, waiting to usher you through this gate. Okay. And you just need to allow yourself the communication from your spirit team on how to travel this course. All right. So if it's a rugged rough one, then this is where you come in, or you ask your spirit team to come in, your angels, your ancestors, you ask them to come in and help to guide you back to what once gave you pleasure, guide you back to what was once a passion, and not just here in this lifetime, on a soul level. Okay. And then we have number 27, and it says, may sweet and soft things find you. And it says harmony, ease, inner child, softness. Yes, may sweet and soft things find you, right? So instead of dealing with things that's depleting you, taking away from your energy instead of giving you energy, let those sweet things find you. All right. Let your spirit team usher in those sweet things that's going to bring harmony for you. Because that's what you're going to find. You're going to find, I'm sorry, you're going to find harmony once you let go of those things that's stripping you of your energy. All right. And some of, with the inner child being here, I'm picking up some of these may be really old wounds for some of you, with the inner child being there. So wounds that come from childhood, okay, wounds from any time in that era of your life, right, where maybe there wasn't stability or whatever the case may have been. Those are things that has stuck with you, okay, and it's part of a part of an attachment to you. That one of the things that drains your energy. So let's see what else your ancestors want you to know. Messages for pile number 2. What else does the ancestors want pile number 2 to know? Yeah, they're only a call away, is what I'm picking up, guys. They want you to really be aware of that. They really want you to be aware of that, and they really want you to be conscious of the things that are draining your energy. And like I was saying earlier in the reading, some of you are, but your ancestors, they want you to take it more seriously, right? They want you to realize that whatever this is really going to be more of a hindrance um, for you if not addressed. Okay, it's not going to allow you to reach your fullest potential. All right, so we have the Four of Wands, right? And the Four of Wands is all about stability. All right, and you have the Queen of Swords, and then you also have the Queen of Cups. All right, that came out. So there needs to be some balance here, right? There needs to be some balance here. There's a With the Four of Wands showing up, I feel like your spirit, your ancestors are wanting you to know that things are a little bit unbalanced. Okay, the Four of Wands is about stability, right? So whatever attachment you guys are going through is leaving you unbalanced, right? And you have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. All right, so queens usually, or any of the court cards in the tarot, can sometimes signify people. All right, so this could be motherly figures. These could be women who possess the traits of swords or cups, um, or this could be, if it's not related to a person, this could be you and your emotions, right? So on the one hand, you have the Queen of Swords, who's more stern and focused, right? More direct. And you have the Queen of Cups, who's more intuitive and who goes more with the flow. Okay, so I feel like with the two of them coming up, if this is representing you, is that there needs to be a balance, okay? A balance between emotions, all right? Um, because on one side, I'm getting with the Queen of Swords, you're being hard on yourself, okay? And this is because maybe like the people that's around you, the situations that you're in, they're kind of putting you in the box of feeling that way, of having to be hard on yourself, okay? And you're not allowing your Queen of Cups energy to come through, which is more significant of you being intuitive, you being in flow, you exploring those passions that you have, right? You getting out there and enjoying pleasure, having fun, looking at things as the cup half full instead of half empty. All right. Um, and I really feel like there has to be a balance between your emotions, okay? Um, Especially with this Four of Wands coming up. Well, let's see what else we have. Yeah, I'm also getting to like stop being hard on yourself with this Queen of Swords. All right. Overthinking, over analyzing. And for some of you, I don't feel like it's the work of you. I feel like it's the work of others who kind of push you in that mindset. All right. So whereas you would want to be more in flow with things and not overthink or not criticize and analyze, that's just who you may be, right? Um, someone may someone or something may cause you to have more, be more detached from that way of thinking, right? Which is how you would normally prefer to be, all right? And they're having you in a more of a, I'm getting a obstructive way of viewing things. So those people are tend to be, what they call pessimists, right? Those who look at the glass as half empty rather than half full. All right. um, but there's a lack of stability somewhere. And with the Four of Wands, stability is usually stability, can't talk, within a household, right? Happy home, happy life. So for some of you, this could be an unstable, not unstable, that's not unstable environment that you're in, right? um, and like I said, that could be you dealing with people who are either possess the swords characteristics, right? Um, or cups energy, right? Cancer, Pisces, who else? Scorpio for cups. And then, yeah, but I don't get that strongly. I'm not picking it up strongly. But either way, there's some unstableness for some of you, maybe in a home environment. Okay, and then we have the Hanged Man. And this is your ancestors wanting you to. The Hanged Man is usually, he's no longer putting up a fight, right? He's just going to chill and he's going to let things unveil or reveal itself as they are intended to. All right. And I feel like for you guys with the Hangman coming up, this is you no longer fighting the fight. Okay. It's like you saying, okay, spirit team or ancestors, you told me what the problem is. You told me I need to fix this, that, and the other. Show me how. Right? I'm no longer going to fight it. I'm no longer going to be like, oh, but this, oh, but that. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let you reveal to me. All right. And not reveal to you what the issue is, because I do pick up for some of you, you know what it is, but reveal to you how to fix the issue. Okay. Um, so that you can be more in tune with your Queen of Cups energy. All right. Going with the flow of things and not being so overly analytical. Not being so overly analytical about life. And I feel like I said, these ways of thinking and feeling has been imposed on you, right? And this is the time to kind of let harmony come in. All right, sit back and let harmony come in. No longer putting up the fight or being in the denial. All right, because for some of you, you're being held back from your greatest potential, from pursuing passions, from enjoying life to its fullest pleasure. All right, and I really get that it's something that's being imposed on you. So at one point, maybe you were a happy little butterfly, but it doesn't take long for those energy vampires to come in and suck that drive from you, right? And now you're thinking, behaving, and living like how they do. Four of Wands, unstable environment, right? When that's not who you are. Okay, and then we have one last ancestor message for you guys. And look at this. It says, trust your gut feeling. And it says, because your intuition is astute right now, what did we say? Your hunch is going to pay off, getting back into being intuitive, right? Getting back to being intuitive. And like I said, some of you, this hunch has probably already or always been there. All right. And it says, we have been guiding you to go with your gut feeling all along. Assure the ancestors. Yes, they have been working with you, and now they want you to pay attention to that they're working with you. All right. They have been guiding you along the way. All right. They have been pointing out to you. And sometimes people like wonder all the time, like, why does this bad thing keep coming up over and over? Like, it's like you put a temporary bandage on it, right? And you're like, why does this keep happening? And it's because you didn't learn the lesson, right? You didn't get the lesson behind it. So you want, if you're watching this reading, like this card says, because your intuition is astute right now, like you're paying attention now. All right, you're waking up now. All right, you're realizing some things need to change, some things need to happen, and this is the hunch that's going to pay off for you. All right, in your spirit team, your ancestors especially, they are there for you. All right, and they want to help you to heal. All right, some of you have a lot of healing to do. All right, and when that healing is done, is when those sweet miraculous things comes in. All right, makes life easier for you, allows you to heal the inner child. All right, and I feel like, especially with the hangman coming up, some of you have like fought this for a long time, or and like in the sense of being in denial, maybe. Because it's one thing to know something, but it's also another thing to know something but ignore it, right? And that's called denial. So I feel like you guys are like now coming to a point of enough is enough, right? I've seen enough, I've done enough, right? It's now time for me to take back my energy, all right, with that depleted heart being there. Take back your energy, heal your heart. And your ancestors in this reading are strongly urging for you to allow them to assist you. They're assisting you anyway, but they can assist you more, right? They can assist you more and they can show you more, all right? So that is all I have for you, beautiful pal number 2. Until next time, take care, my beautiful souls, and bye bye. Hello to those of you who chose pound number 3. And so this is your image. All right. And it says cartouche. Choose to release that which would lower your vibration into fear. Come back to love. Stay true to yourself. And you shall inspire others to think or speak more positively when they are around you. Invoking the power of speech and words for your strength, protection, and spiritual growth will work effectively for you. All right. So this is similar to, I'm picking up similar energy from pile number 2, um, where you're being called to release those things that are draining to you, okay? Specifically draining of the energy, all right? Bringing you down into lower vibrations, all right? So let's see what messages the ancestors have for you. And you have a difficult road. And it says, spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. All right. And so a lot of times when we're walking difficult roads, and I'm sure we've all, for the most part, been through them, there's a lot of lower vibrational energy, right, on those difficult roads. And the key to that, beautiful pal number three, is learning how to escape those lower vibrations that tries to keep you there, right? So your ancestors are saying with this difficult road card coming up is that they know that things may not have been easy for you up to this point. All right. And at this time, perseverance is going to be key. All right. Perseverance is going to be key. Perseverance is not throwing in the towel, not giving up, continuing to elevate yourself even when others want to keep you down or try to keep you down. Right. This is a time and a season for you. I'm getting for growth and especially spiritual growth. All right. But your ancestors are acknowledging pile number three, that they know that things have been difficult. All right. But I'm getting that they were difficult in order to make you stronger. All right. They were difficult in order to make you stronger. Okay. Um, all roads lead back to love and happiness, is what I'm getting. Okay. Let's see what else we have. We have walk away. And it says, you're wasting your precious energy on something that will not bear fruit. It's time to turn your attention to things more aligned to your soul purpose. Yeah, so something is distracting some of you. Something is definitely distracting some of you. All right. You have in this Goddess Isis card, cartouche. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But it says choose to release that which would lower your vibration into fear. And then you have the walk away. You're wasting your precious energy on something that would not bear fruit. So something is distracting some of you. And your ancestors want you to walk away. And look how in the walk away is facing the difficult road, right? Even the male image and the walk away is facing the difficult road, right? So they're facing this. It's time for you to walk away from that difficult path. And sadly enough, okay, believe it or not, and I'm pretty sure most of you will believe it, it's the people who we trust and love the most who will try to keep us in lower vibrational energy, right? And that's what makes it even harder to walk away. It's because it's people who we've grown this strong attachment to. All right. But your ancestors want you to know that you are being kept in lower vibrational energies in the situations and circumstances that you're in right now. All right. You have so much potential. You have still so much growth. There's still so much soul activity that you're not exploring right now. All right. So they're calling on you to walk away from those things that's not for you. Okay, those lower vibrational energies. Okay, people, places, or things. Okay, similar to power number two. This could be addictions. Okay, it could be emotional baggage. All right, so it doesn't have to be a physical property. These could be subconscious, things, feelings. Right, you're being called to walk away from them because they're not going to help you to further your progress. Okay. Let's see what else we have. we have Jophiel Pink, and I love this card showing up. And it says compassion, self care, simplification, beauty. All right. And I got this card once before, but in a different reading. And what stands out to me are the positive notes that surrounds her, right? One says I can, one says I matter, one says I am loved, and the other one says I am enough. All right. So this is the difficult road is over. You're walking away from the difficult road, proud number three. This is what your ancestors want you to know. All right. You're at the end of that difficult road. And now it's time for compassion, self-care, simplification, beauty. So whatever that means for you, all right, it's time for you to step back more into that energy. So if you're someone who once loved, to dress nicely and dress well, and you found yourself kind of, stepping out of that way of being, and now you're more so like, oh yeah, I really don't care. Your ancestors want you to step back into that energy, because that energy is what's going to bring you the light, right? If you're someone who once loved to get their hair done, you know, do their makeup, and now you've kind of like brushed that off to the side, that's part of you submitting to the lower vibrational energies. At this point in your life, you have to recognize your self worth, is what your ancestors want you to know. You have to recognize your self worth and get out of that energy that's telling you otherwise. Okay. So dress yourself up, take yourself out on a night on a town with friends, by yourself, go see a movie, go shopping, and it doesn't even have to be things that involve spending money. Go out into nature, right? Do something that makes you happy, right? Because this is all about you coming back to terms, all right? Coming back to terms of who you are. All right. And look at that. I say go out and do something, and you got the adventurous card, right? Go out and enjoy, and look how beautiful the nature scene is on this card. All right. Um, go out and enjoy nature, right? Go out and enjoy the beauty that the world has to offer, because you can gain more positive energy from just being out in nature than you can from people whose energy vampires and trying to suck the life from you, right? Um, so go out and have fun, right? Be carefree, okay? You're only going to be on that difficult road as long as you allow yourself to be on it. And your ancestors are telling you that it's time to walk away, okay? That Goddess Isis card, choose to release that which would lower your vibration, interfere. Come back to love. Stay true to yourself, okay? And this will inspire you to speak more positively. Okay. So maybe this is for some of you who have those negative Nancy's around you. Maybe this, you changing your tune, could eventually help to change their tune, right? Maybe you're meant to be the inspiration for them, right? Maybe you're meant to be the groundbreaker, the ones that comes in and say, no, wait, why do we have to live like this? Why do we have to live spiteful? Why do we have to live hateful? Why do we have to live like with this negative way of thinking or being? Right? Why can't we be more positive? Why can't we be happy? Why can't we be jovial? Like, who says we have to live life looking at it as the glass half empty instead of looking at it as the glass half full? So some of you maybe are meant to be an inspiration for others, okay, alongside yourself, so that you can let go of things that no longer serve you, okay? And then we have, look at that, liberation, free spirit, wow, authentic. And it says, just let me be. Yes, this is perfect. Free spirit. Just like it reminds me of the Jophiel Pink card. Just let me be me. The difficult road is over. Like, I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of thinking this way. I'm tired of behaving this way. Your ancestors are saying it's time to you to walk away from being that way. All right. This is liberation for you all. All right. This is definitely liberation for you all, so that you can get back to being your authentic self. Because some of you, I feel like you have been downtrodden. for a long time. All right. But it was only meant to bring you to this point here, this point of recognition, recognition of self. Okay. Recognition of if you've seen what it's like, if you've experienced what it's like to be bad or to be unhappy or to be, that's not of the light. If you've already experienced that, then why not experience what it's like to be on the other side? Right. And so this is you saying enough is enough. Like I've lived maybe in the darkness for long enough. And now you're at this point of wanting to venture out and be happy, right? Just wanting to be carefree, free spirited, all right? Recognizing your worth. And your spirit team, your ancestors are wanting that for you too, okay? So then let's see what messages they have for you from the tarot. So, what messages does the ancestors have for pile number 3? What messages do you have for pile number 3? All right, all about perseverance for you guys, not giving up. All right, not giving up, not throwing in a towel. Your spirit team wants you to find self. Make yourself whole again. That's what I'm getting. Make yourself whole again. Beautify yourself again, whatever that means for you. But it really is saying to make, um, bring joy back into your life by doing the things that made you happiest. Okay, it's what I'm getting. Queen of Swords. All right, and I like this Queen of Swords because as you can see, she has the telescope and she's looking out into the far distance, right? So she's saying, okay, I've seen enough here. Let me see what else is out there. Let me see what else is out there. I've explored this. And the Queen of Swords is also a very direct, blunt queen. And normally she's yielding a sword in her hand. And I like that showing up because that's just saying, no more games. I'm cutting out those people, places, and things that no longer serve me. And let me look on the other side. Remember how I was just saying, you've already experienced what one side is like. This Queen of Swords is like, let me look on the other side and see what else is there, right? And she's being serious about it because the Queen of Swords is a serious sword. She is going to dispose of, not literally, but she's definitely going to get rid of those things in her life that no longer serve her higher purpose or the highest good. All right. Yeah, someone's being sneaky holding you in that energy. All right. The Five of Swords is the conflict card. All right. And with this particular Five of Swords, I always like to point out the shadow. Okay. Normally, in the Five of Swords, a traditional Five of Swords, there's a couple of people, fighting, but this particular one has a shadow. So with this even showing up, I feel like some of this could be you guys being at odds or in conflict with your shadow self, right? So that part, you have that one part of you who's like, oh yeah, I want to be better. I want to feel good about myself. I want to get back out there and explore life and enjoy life and have fun. And then the other part of you, your shadow self, is like, why? Why do you want to do all of that? Like for what? Like what point is it going to serve? What purpose is it going to serve? You know? So the yin and the yang, right? So some of you, all right, could be you telling yourself that you're not good enough to have this free, carefree spirited because of the difficult road that you've lived for so long. You may feel like you're not deserving of good things, right? Um, and so this is what your ancestors want you to do. They need you to walk away from that frame of thinking, that frame, that way of being. All right. Um, and that's just for some of you who, and with this particular Five of Swords coming up, I feel like, that is going to be for some of you. But for others, where it's people involved, the conflict is there, right? You have the shadow, someone else's problems, not even yours, right? And then you have yourself, one eye covered, so pretending to see it, maybe pretending not to. All right, but either way, the conflict is there, right? The dilemma is there. All right. So this is you with the Queen of Swords scoping out those issues, breaking them to the surface. The shadow, tries to stay irrelevant, okay, until they become relevant, right? So they stay in the background until it's time to mess some things up. So you're scoping out what's going on in your life that where this issue needs to be addressed for some of you, all right, and for all of you, this is you looking to the other side, all right. You've been there, done that on one way of thinking, being, and now you're going to look at what else does life have to offer, okay, and then we have, oh, and look what does life have to offer, guys. It has the Ace of Cups with beautiful abundance flowing in for you all. All right. Healing, healing for the heart. All right. And this is like your ancestors saying, if you just open up to receive, you see how she's like just there with the cup extended and letting all those beautiful blessings come down. Your ancestors are saying, if you just open up and receive the blessings that we want to bestow upon you, then that's going to be the biggest blessing that you can fathom, right? Because that's going to be part of your healing. That's going to be part of you being able to be free spirited, to be carefree, to release those energies, right? That has been holding you back, that has been heavy and dense and holding you down, right? This is a time for liberation, all right? Liberation, breaking free, you gaining your freedom, all right? Breaking free from those things that are not, for the best of you, all right? Five of Swords, conflicts, all right? And like I say, that could be conflict with self or conflict with others, all right? Um, but also remember too that you can be, as the card stated, you can be inspiration for others. And I'm getting that too because if you can notice, there's like a piece of his attire that's ripped out on this card, but she's holding it in her hand, right? So she can take a piece of her or him with her when she leaves. So this could be you being able to inspire, all right? Inspire others to come with you on the path of happiness, on the path of joy, on the path of no longer being, no longer being someone who looks at things from a pessimistic perspective, is what I'm getting. All right, and you have the Two of Wands. And there's a whole nother side of the world to be seen. Pile number three. All right. And if you had dreams, is what I'm getting. Now is the time to explore those dreams or to dream bigger. All right. Because there's a whole other side of the world that is to be explored by you all. And I feel like some of you have been held back. Some of you have been definitely held back, is what I'm getting. Right? I almost picture like this child has like escaped from a household of, you know, people who had limiting beliefs or who didn't like fully believe in the capacities or capabilities of miraculous things in events, and so that kind of maybe kept you sheltered for a long time. And now you're like, I want to go out and I want to explore, right? I don't want to be tied down to just what's in this household, in their beliefs, in their feelings, in their way of being. I want to get out and I want to explore things as simple and as beautiful as the moon above, right? How can I work with the moon's energy? What does the moon signify? Like, there's so much. The world is too complex to be held back to one simple way of thinking and being. All right. And so some of you are really, you're needing that. You're needing to break free. I'm getting from other people's beliefs, others people's actions, others people's frame of thoughts. All right. Your ancestors want you to recall the possibilities of what this universe has to offer because you're already aware. It's so imprinted in you. It's deep within, but you've been held back, and you've been held back on purpose, right? You've been held back on purpose because people that's in lower vibrational energies, they want you to be right there with them. So even though you may know deep down you have a bigger soul mission and a soul purpose and a soul goal, you may be allowing them to still keep you behind. And this is why your ancestors are saying, okay, little birdie, it's time to fly free. It's time to really see why you came here. What's your mission? What's your purpose? What's your goal? Because you're not going to find it in that lower vibrational energy. You're not going to find it there. You're just going to find conflict. And you're going to find revolving conflict, right? Conflict that just keeps recycling itself. All right. To the point where you're missing your blessings or not even receiving them at all. All right. And so let me see. And we have at the bottom of the deck, and I usually don't read the bottom of the deck, but for some reason I put the cards upside down. So I'm looking at this. The Six of Swords. All right. And the Six of Swords is all about moving to more calmer waters. All right. Moving from somewhere where it's choppier and not stable and steady to somewhere that's more soothing, right? More calmer. All right. So we had one last ancestor message for you. And this one is number 40, and it says, every life event has value. What did I say? Like with that difficult road card, right? Like everything's going to happen to lead up to something, right? And it says, no life experience, be it a relationship, an endeavor, or study, is ever wasted. Assure the ancestors. Every road traveled and each emotion felt has formed the uniqueness of who you are now. That is beautiful. And it goes so perfect with this reading. It goes so perfect, right? Every road traveled, difficult road. So even if that road was difficult, it has not been in vain. Okay, it is something that is ever wasted because there are life lessons in that. So that's going to be the challenge for you, beautiful pal number 3. Your ancestors has a challenge for you. They want you to look at your life and at those difficult times, and for you to pinpoint what was difficult for you back then that you realize was a blessing now. This is what your ancestors want you to focus on. They want you to think about that. What was difficult back then that you realize is a blessing now? Pile number 3. And it's very cool. It's like specifically got like a homework assignment for you guys. But yeah, pal number 3. So yeah, and even when this card, right, like this guy is traveling, he has his backpack, he's questioning love, right? Or maybe he's questioning love, it's a little question mark by love, or maybe he's just questioning life in general, right? But it is all going to lead to somewhere in the end, right? And you guys you're being asked to keep persevering in this thing we call life, this journey we call life, right? Keep persevering so that you can make it to the ultimate destination, right? And your spirit team or your ancestors, they want you to be able to grow from this and to walk away from this in a way where you're gaining self and soul reflection for the next part of your journey. All right, beautiful pal number 3, that was your reading. Hope you enjoy. And until next time, my beautiful souls, take care. Bye bye.